Good afternoon, dear students. Today we will complete the second part of the last theorem. In the last lecture, we have done this part. That is, we have computed n sigma cap. That is, where sigma cap is the unconditional likelihood of sigma. And we have shown that n sigma cap is equal to W, which is we call the within matrix. Next is we have to obtain n sigma double cap, that is the conditional MLE of sigma under the null hypothesis H naught. So this is for explanation sake here. F is equal to AA prime. This red part is not part of the proof, but simply for explanation. Okay, so F is equal to AA prime. If you do the algebra of AA prime, we got this matrix. Now this matrix is partition according as the partition of B. That is, we partition B1 B2 where B1 is R1 by P. Okay, so here also we have partition the matrix F, and in that this matrix is F11 here. This matrix is F11, and this matrix only single element is F22, and this is F12 and this is F21. You know that F11 is here, and F11, F12, F21 and F22 to understand. So here F22 is n, only n here, and E2 is summation I goes from 1 to k, summation alpha goes from 1 to ni x alpha I. So you can see equation number 1, we have partition E into E1, E2, and in that the partition E1 corresponds to this part and E2 corresponds to this part. So you do the algebra and you will find E2 is equal to this. Therefore, B double cap, this is double cap, B double cap is E2 F22 inverse. Since in our null hypothesis B1 is equal to B naught, we have B naught is the zero matrix in the multivariate analysis of variance. Therefore, we will obtain B double cap as E2 F22 inverse only, because recall that our B cap was EF inverse. EF inverse, that is, in the beginning of the theorem we have obtained the maximum likelihood estimates of B and sigma in the testing general linear hypothesis. You have to look back there. So E2 F22 inverse, when you simplify, this is 1 by n, summation I goes from 1 to k, summation alpha goes from 1 to ni x alpha I, and this is nothing but x bar. So this is equation number 5. Hence the total corrected sums of product matrix is n sigma double cap. For the time being you do not write this. N sigma double cap is, this is the formula for n sigma cap, and under the null hypothesis instead of B cap we have to write B double cap. B double cap F22 B double cap prime. So you B double cap F22 B cap is E2 F22 inverse. This is B cap from equation number what is that equation number? Equation number 5. Equation number 5. Here from this B double cap is equal to E2 F22 inverse. So instead of B double cap you replace it by E2 F22 inverse. So and you remember what is x bar, that is the pool mean. mean from all the samples, the mean common mean vector, x bar is common mean vector. So this is equal to, if you expand this algebra, you will find this. Finally, subtracting the within matrix n sigma k from the total matrix n sigma double cap, we get the between matrix q n sigma double cap minus n sigma cap. So there is a subtraction. The expression of n sigma cap is in some equation in the earlier part of this theorem, and this is n sigma cap. And after simplification, you will get this. Okay. So this is Q. Now the likelihood ratio lambda to the power 2 by n, now lambda. So this is the formula for likelihood ratio n sigma cap by n sigma double cap. Or here it should be, there should be determinant. I have missed it. So you add determinant here. Here it is the determinant. Okay. So this is the formula n by 2. So n sigma cap is determinant w, n sigma double cap is w plus q to the power n by 2. This is equal to delta. Say let us call this statistic as capital delta. And the statistic delta in equation sub n was obtained by Wilks and is commonly known as Wilks lambda criterion. So this is the statistic for testing S naught in the multivariate analysis of variance. So I think the theorem is not that difficult, but there is a lot of matrix algebra that you have to understand. If you once understand the matrix F, the main part is this matrix F and matrix A here. This is matrix F that we have already done, and this matrix. So if you understand this matrix, how the matrix A will look like, and after that you do the algebra for F A prime, and after that other things are all matrix algebra. That seems to be a little bit cumbersome, but if you try doing this matrix algebra on your rough book, in a rough exercise book, then you will understand. I have done it on my own part, so many algebras here. You see, I did myself so many things I have computed. You also try to compute on yourself so that you will not forget later on also. Okay, next will be, we will construct the multivariate analysis of variance table as we did in the univariate case, that is the ANOVA table. So in the next video I will upload the multivariate analysis of variance table. So for today I will stop here. Hope you are still fine. Thank you.